So bored. So bored tayo, ano? Yung takip natin dito. So this is my first time back on YouTube. Medyo matagal tayong nawala. Kasi medyo na busy rin. Daming ginagawa. And a lot of things happened already. And wait lang. Check ko muna ang mga nangyayari ngayon. So, I'm trying to check my devices and my connection. Maingay din sa labas. Kasi nandito ako sa ano ba tawag dito? Parang terrace or hindi rin siya matawag na balcony. So, parang terrace dito sa amin. So, daming nangyari. Ang daming nangyari. Una, we had some issues with DepEd regarding dun sa Catch-up Fridays. So, nagkaroon na siya ng backlash. May mga reklamo na yung mga nasa field, especially yung parents, regarding daw dun sa pinagbabayad yung mga students with the resource materials na ginagamit sa Catch-up Fridays. So, hindi mo rin kasi mag-blame yung mga teachers kasi wala rin kasi siyang walang budget yung school to provide those learning resources. So, siguro na imbestigahan yung school na parang i-reprimand siya na why they were doing that. It could have been prevented. No? It could have been prevented. So we have a comment here. Tingnan mo natin itong comment. Teka ha. Dili na ma-access amo Google Drive. Ano to? Dili na daw ma-access amo Google Drive like online attendance, etc. Oh yes! Kaya nga, you can see here. Tingnan natin show natin yung yan So kung makikita nyo dyan, if you can see it, ano yung nangyari? Meron tayong organization storage full kasi may problem na naman yung Google Drive ng DepEd natin. I'm not sure if babalik pa to sa dati like the last time kasi nangyari na to. This already happened a few months ago. Pero bumalik naman, na okay naman din siya. I think babalik din to, hopefully. Kasi yung database din namin, yung mismong database namin, is hosted in the Google Drive kasi nga it's free. Wala siyang bayad, So, yung mismong database na ginawa ko na structure sa school namin is hosted in Google Drive. So, yung OCR namin, which yun yung tawag ko sa kanya, online class registrar, kasi nandun na sa loob yung class record, SF9, SF8, SF1, SF10, lahat ng mga school forms na ginagamit ng teacher nandun na sa loob ng database namin. So, one input lang si ma'am and si sir. Automatic na mag-generate. So, nasa Google Drive namin naka-host yun ng school. So, yun din yung announcement ko sa group chat ng school namin na unaccessible muna for the meantime ang ating school database. Kasi nga yung Google Drive natin, tingnan nyo, meron na naman yung organization storage full. 10 terabytes, ang dami, ang laki nun. That's 10.94, almost 11. Ang laki-laki ng nakukuha palang storage ng buong DepEd. Nationwide kasi yan. We only have one account sa DepEd. Yun yung agency natin na merong contract with Google. So, yung buong agency, iisang account lang yun, pero divided with sub-accounts sa lahat ng offices ng ating agency from top to bottom. So, meron ding access yung ating mga ICT focal persons, yung MIS ng bawat region and school divisions offices to create Office DepEd accounts using the Google Drive email. So, meron din silang capability for that. So, imagine nyo na lang, we have 800,000 teachers in DepEd and both teaching and non-teaching plus yung mga offices pa nila who are also hosting their files with Google's account. Plus yung mga schools pa, ang daming schools ng DepEd nationwide. So ang laki-laki. Hopefully babalik to, hopefully. But of course, remember na meron din tayong Microsoft OneDrive na account. Pero yun nga, hindi siya kasing user-friendly ng Google. And I've said this in one of our broadcasts before na hindi ganoon ka user-friendly yung interface ng Microsoft OneDrive, yung Office 365 compared with Google. And then another thing, mas naging kampante and sanay na yung mga teachers in using Google as their primary productivity application. Productivity kasi ang tawag dyan eh. Yung productivity application natin, kapag online, automatic Google agad. Kasi yun na yung ginamit natin eh. That was one commendable na move ng previous administration. Sa time yata to ni Pinoy, na they were able to have a contract or an agreement with Google to facilitate DepEd's hosting facilities and email accounts. Maganda naman talaga yung Google eh. So shout outs to Google for providing such wonderful service that was used in our agency and up to this day. Unfortunately, the previous administration that was with Secretary Briones under the admin of PRRD shifted from Google to Microsoft Azure. So there's a rationale behind excuse me. There's a rationale behind in the movement from Google to Microsoft Azure, of course. But the rationale was mainly because the Philippines, our country, is a Microsoft country. So kapag lahat ng laptop, kapag more than 90% ng laptop na pinag-uusapan with DepEd, automatic ang productivity tool na ginagamit natin, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint. In fact, yung slide deck, kapag tinawag mong slide deck, gagawa ka ng presentation, automatic papasok sa utak ng teacher, PowerPoint, di ba? When in fact, that's a brand. Parang pabili ng toothpaste, ang automatic na iisipin ng tindera, Colgate, o ganun. So pabili ng Colgate yung toothpaste, ganun. Di ba? So ganun din yung nangyari sa atin sa Microsoft. If ever pag gagawa pa ako ng presentation, automatic ang papasok sa utak is PowerPoint presentation. Kahit marami namang slide deck offices na available sa internet. So that was the main rationale behind there as to why we moved from Google to Microsoft. But of course, meron ding backlash yun. And this one is the main backlash niya. Nagkaroon tayo ng problem with our Google Drive account. Ganyan, hindi na ma-access. Problema masyado. And then, mas madali yung file sharing when it comes to Google kapag nasa isang organization tayo. Unlike with Microsoft. So, hindi siya ganun ka user-friendly talaga. It's really not that user-friendly as far as productivity is concerned. So yun nga, nagkakaroon ng deficiency when we call productivity. Kasi productivity should also correlate with efficiency. So since most of our teachers in DepEd, our employees in general, are not as efficient in using Microsoft Azure OneDrive account, so hindi siya matawag na productivity tool to its maximum capacity. Kasi nga, hindi tayo ganun ka into with Microsoft Online, And then limited ang Microsoft Online. As an Excel user myself, yung offline niya, meron siyang VBA. 'Di ba? Merong VBA ang Excel. So, merong VBA yung Excel. So, yung VBA ng Excel is very powerful as an offline tool. Pero when you go to online Excel, hindi siya gumagana. Unlike sa Google Spreadsheet, which is the counterpart of Microsoft Excel, meron tayong JavaScript and macro coding na available sa Google Spreadsheet, which is very powerful. Kasi yung mga features na available sa Microsoft Excel, kaya nating imimic or even i-improve in Google Spreadsheet using VBA and using JavaScript and macros na VBA. So yun yung hindi siya nagkakaroon tayo ng problem when it comes to shifting ba from offline to online and then online to offline, vice versa. Yun yung problem niya. So as I was saying a while ago, I'm hoping na babalik pa rin ito. Babalik pa rin yung itong Google accounts natin. Secondly, yun na rin, pag-usapan natin yung mga nangyayaring mga balita. Unang issue natin yung Catch-up Fridays. So I've mentioned this before. Maganda yung intention ng Catch-up Friday pero marami siyang problema. Marami siyang problema. Napakaraming problema ng Catch-up Fridays. In fact, ginawan ko siya ng article. Meron akong article niyan. Pakita ko sa inyo, ha? Like, I'll show it here. Nasa website ng ating ng website na hawak ko, which I have here. Ito po yung website natin, eduknasyon.blogspot.com. It's a free website na powered pa rin ng Google. So Google pa rin ang may hawak nito. So dito lang ako gumawa ng website kasi yung last time na gumawa ako ng website, nagka-problema hinahack bad trip masyado. Sana yun? Sana yung article? Hanapin ko muna, ha? Teka. So search ko na lang kaya. Okay, Catch-up Fridays. Ayan. Ito po. What I think about Catch-up Fridays. So I wrote an article last January 11. So that's just roughly a week after the release of DepEd Order number 1. Tama ba? 1 ba siya? Tama. DepEd Memorandum number 1 series of 2024. So I already debunked some parts of why I think Catch-up Fridays have issues. So, yun yung sa conclusion, yung makikita nyo sa conclusion, I even mentioned there that Catch-up Fridays have the potential. So, may potential naman talaga siya Pero yun nga, yung success ng Catch-up Fridays, reliant talaga masyado sa implementation niya sa field. So, kasi nga, maraming butas yung mismong DepEd Memorandum na nilabas. Daming gray areas niya especially when it comes to resources. Resource allocation during the implementation of the Catch-up Friday. So, yun yung problem niya una. And then, hindi clear kung paano siya i-implement sa school. Kasi nakalatag na sa framework ng Catch-up Fridays na parang yung curriculum niya nakatingin na sa matatag curriculum. Hindi pa naman yun yung gamit natin. So, pangatlo, hindi lahat ng teachers magaling sa differentiated instruction. In fact, maraming misconception when it comes to differentiated instruction. So, kapag sinabi mo kasing differentiated teaching, ang iniisip agad ng mga teachers, karamihan, not all, karamihan, kapag, sige, ito yung activity niyan, ito rin yung activity niyan, but this is the same lesson, automatic differentiated instruction siya. No, hindi ganun. That's not differentiated teaching. So, misconception yan. Napakalaki ng misconception yan. Differentiated instruction means you're gonna teach the specific competency kung saan yung bata. So, if you have multiple learners having multiple competencies or skills at their current level, yung instruction na ibibigay mo sa kanila should be suited on their current current competency level or skill level. So, yun yung differentiated instruction. Kaya nga siya differentiated instruction. So, hindi po differentiated activity. Yun yung malaking pagkakaiba. Kaya yun yung misconception na nangyayari sa field So, yun napansin ko talaga. And then, yun. allocation of resources, which was the biggest issue na binalita pa sa TV. Kawawa yung teacher na nagpabayad para sa learning resource. Alam mo, as a teacher myself, I would say na in the absence of resources that have been provided by the school, or maybe in the absence of sufficient, lagyan natin ng isa pang adjective doon, sufficient resources na meron ang school, the teachers will end up looking for that resources in a way wherein they can still provide the necessary learning resources material for their students, even if it will come straight from their pockets. Ganun yung teacher. Now, not all of the time kayang kumuha ng teacher ng pera sa kanyang sariling bulsa. Kasi nga, the mere fact na karamihan din sa teachers natin, baon nga sa utang. Kaya nga, mga teacher, baon sa loan. Because it's true. Kaya yung mga nagsasabi, mga teacher kasi gastador masyado, baon sa utang. Ask them to conduct a survey. Yung bang utang na or loan ng teacher for their own benefit lang? Hindi pa nakinabang yung classroom? Sure kayo? Conduct kayo ng study. Kasi marami akong kilalang teacher naglo-loan para pagandahin yung classrooms nila. Lalo na nung mga panahon na magkakaroon ng classroom observation or room visitation, may mga bisitang darating. Even every beginning of the school year, magre-repaint, magre-repair ng mga upuan. Sino bang gumagastos most of the time noon? Huwag nyo sisihin yung teacher. Yung teacher hindi kasi humihingi sa mga principal. Kahit yung principal wala ring pera. Yung budget niya sa MOE hindi rin kasya. Kuryente, tubig, internet, yung tatlo pa lang wala na, ubos ng MOE. Kuryente, tubig, internet, yang tatlo pa lang, ubos na ang MOE. Maniwala kayo. Kasi nasa office ako dagdag pa natin yung mga location ng mga bond paper, ink, ng mga printer, iba't iba pang mga materials na sa loob ng... Saan nyo pala kinukuha yun? Doon natin yung sa MOE. Yan And then, ano pa ba? Ang mga problem natin. Another problem that I see is, na binalita, is ancillary. Tingnan natin yung ancillary na yan, be. DepEd order number 2 yata yan Bad trip talaga ako dyan sa DepEd order na yan DepEd order. DO2 yata yan DO002 series of 2024. Tama ba? Hindi ako sigurado. Tingnan lang natin. Yan. Yan. Ito na DepEd order. Daming problema sa DepEd order na to. Ayan, ginawa ko rin yung article. Ito, buksan natin para makita nyo. Yan. So, pros muna tayo. Una, it enhances teacher well-being. Kasi nga, imagine wala ka ng administrative task. So, hindi ka na magiging DRRM coordinator, gulayan, deworming, di ba? Tatanggalin na yun. Hindi ka na magiging property custodian. Kasi admin task yan Yan yung mga task na non-teaching talaga dapat ang gumagawa. Ulitin ko, dapat gumagawa. And I mentioned this in my Facebook post. I said this before. Sabi ko, last 2017, late 2017, when we started when it was first introduced na magkakaroon ng policy study on ancillary and admin tasks ng mga teachers. Ulitin ko policy study on ancillary and admin tasks. Ano yung pagkakaiba ng dalawa? It basically focuses on coordinatorship, both for teaching related and non-teaching related tasks. Kasi may mga teacher na teaching related yung coordinatorship niya. Example, science coordinator, math coordinator, reading coordinator. Yan, teaching related yan siya na coordinatorships. Non-teaching related, gulayan sa paralan, DRRM, balik eskwela coordinator. May mga ganyan na coordinatorships, yan siya non-teaching related. So nagkaroon kami ng information that there will be an upcoming study for that by the Planning Service Unit of Central Office. That was late 2017. And then, 2018, nangyari na yung policy study. I was invited at Makati City to be part of the team who will be working on that policy study. So, dun din yung dinevelop yung workload balancing tool. So, hindi pa yun nare-release. Hindi ko alam kung marirelease yun ng Central Office. Pero I have yet to see something better than that. Shout out sa BHROD. Ulitin ko po sa inyo, I have yet to see something better than the policy study we have provided that would accurately address all of the issues that are currently found in the field. So, ang laman po nun, we already identified yung minention ni VP Sec Inday Sara Duterte that there were 50 plus ancillary tasks that are being administered or supervised or conducted by our teachers. 50 plus, yun, lahat ng mga coordinatorships na yun. It's true, we were able to identify 50. 50 sarado yung identified namin. Ang sabi ni VP Sec, 56 daw. So may nadagdag na 6. Ang solusyon nila, gawin daw yung 10. Paano kaya yung gagawin 10? Sabihin na natin 50 lang. Yung 50 gagawin mong 10, ibig sabihin nun, you merged 5 coordinatorships into 1. Average. Yan yung average niya. Ibig sabihin nun, on average, for every 5 coordinatorships, gagawin natin siyang isa. So, lahat ng function ng 4 coordinatorships na ito, tatrabahuin na lang as 1. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, it does not eliminate the 5 programs. It still exists. Nandun pa rin siya. Ang kaso lang, yung 5 programa na yun, in average, gagawin na lang siyang isa. So, ibig sabihin yan, example, originally, we have an LIS coordinator, EBIS coordinator, WINS coordinator, ICT coordinator, etc. Diba? Yang 4 na yan. I-merge ko yung 4, gagawin ko na lang siya isang trabaho. Tatawagin na lang siyang ICT. Example lang, gagawin na lang siyang ICT coordinatorships, wherein the key roles and responsibilities are taking care of the LIS, taking care of the EBIS, taking care of the encoding in WINS, and all other functions that are related to ICT. Pero ibig sabihin nun, ICT coordinator lang yung admin task. Pero yung trabaho niya, napakarami. It does not eliminate the existing program. Nandun pa rin yung program. O, di ba? Sabi nila, wow! Yung 50 naging 10. No! Misconception! Hindi na wala yung 50. Nandun pa rin. Fusion ba? Fusion. Para nagluto ka, marami kang ingredients. Pero pag halo-haluin mo na siya, kapag ba tinawag mong 3-in-1, kape lang na siya, wala na yung asukal, wala na yung cream, di ba nandun pa rin? Nalalasahan pa rin yung tamis, nalalasahan pa rin yung pait, nalalasahan pa rin yung cream. Hindi porke pinaghalo mo yung kape, asukal at ang cream, wala nang asukal, wala nang cream, wala nang kape, nandun pa rin siya. So, do not be misled na nawala yung 50. Nandun pa rin yun. Nandun pa rin siya. Ginawa lang siyang iisa or ginawa na lang siya 10. Okay na. So, yun yung tatanggalin daw yung ancillary ni teacher. So, wala nang gulayan sa paaralan, wala nang coordinatorship para kay teacher, wala nang property custodian, o, diba? Wala nang registrar. Yan yung mga pagtatanggalin. Kasi yan yung admin task. Maraming admin task or admin ancillary tasks na ginagawa ng teacher. Liaison officer. Ang dami yan. Now, question. Since we have already established that it did not eliminate the program is still there. It was just merged with another program. So, the 50 programs are still there. Yun eh. Yung ancillary na sinabi namin, na discover namin, it's still there. Converting the 50 into 10 does not mean na wala na yung 50. It's still there. So, let's say na yung 10 yon, yung 10 program na yon, originally 50 yon, yung mga trabaho na yon are functioned or are within the responsibility of the teachers. Different teachers yan. Meron kang EBIS coordinator kasi nga mabigat yung trabaho ng EBIS, LIS, ICT. Marami, mabibigat yan na trabaho. Are they suggesting na kasi ginawa na lang yung 10 coordinatorship, 10 na lang din, mag-a-add sila ng 10 tao, that will work on the 50? Hindi. Ang sabi nila sa DepEd memorandum, yung DepEd order, ika-clusterize pa nga eh. Maglalabas ng isang task, isang item, PDO ba yun? Or AO? And magka-cluster ng 3 school. Siya nga hawak. Nahirapan nga yung mga teachers. Ang dami ng teachers na humawak ng mga coordinatorship. Yun pa kayang magbibigay ka ng isang item para sa 3 school? Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. Suntok sa buwan, hindi pinag-isipan. Di ba? Ewan, paano nila yung gagawin? Nakakatawa. Pero, kasi ako, nasa non-teaching ako eh. Oh, relax. It doesn't mean yan yung dahilan kung bakit disagree ako. Partly, I will not lie. Partly. Don't expect me na magugulayan sa paaralan ako. Bahala kayo dyan. Math major ako sa college. I was expected to teach math. Solve problems, etc. Regional trainer ako ng math sa grade 4 sa region namin. Wag mo ko sabihan magugulayan sa paaralan ako. Hindi ko yan pinag-aralan. Karamihan sa mga naguguluyan sa paaralan na teacher ang gumagawa kasi sila yung nagtuturo ng EPP. Sila yung nagtuturo ng TLE. O, so more or less, may idea sila sa ginagawa nila. So, kung ibibigay mo yun sa mga non-teaching, o lagay na natin PDO, graduate ng Mascom, siya yung na-hire na PDO. Ano alam niya sa agriculture? Siya tuturuan, siya yung sasabihan mo magugulayan sa part. Imagine, sinong papayag na non-teaching na graduate ng 4-year course not related to gulayan, ang magugulayan? Pasado yan ng civil service professional. Nag-take yan ng civil service professional exam. Ipapagulayan mo sa paaralan? Diba? Yun yung akin. Anong solusyon namin? Okay, siyempre, tatanungin niyo ako, ano ba sa solusyon na dapat ginawa? Ang clamor ng field is, napakarami ng coordinatorships. To the extent na, yung mga coordinatorships na ginagawa ng teacher takes up the time that should have been used for the preparation of learning materials, learning resources, or any teaching-related tasks. Yun eh. Kaya umaabot hanggang sa bahay, trabaho pa rin ni teacher, gumagawa ng report for the coordinatorship, etc., etc. Sa study namin, sa recommendation namin ganito, simple lang. Since the only way para mawala yung pagod ng teacher is to actually remove the program itself. But since we cannot even do that, hindi natin pwedeng patayin yung programa kasi nga mayroong objective yung programa ng DepEd, then we should pay our teachers more. Isn't that logical? Di ba? Hindi ba yan logical? Because we cannot remove the program, and the program is there because of certain objectives that should be met by our agency. And we cannot provide the total number of required personnel, non-teaching personnel, to address all of these different programs. Na 50 nga na yung discover natin. And teachers have efficiently and effectively functioned with the roles and responsibilities of these programs. Then therefore, dahil marunong naman yung mga teacher natin dyan, overwork lang talaga sila, then might as well pay them more. How? 2 ways. If it is teaching related, pay them more. Compensation. Through service credit. Or monetary. Kapag ang trabaho ng teacher na lumalagpas sa 360 minutes na load niya sa isang araw ay teaching related, di bayaran mo siya ng service credit. Pag non-teaching related, meaning admin task, monetary. Bayad ng pera. Yun yung tinatawag na overtime pay. O di ba? Reasonable? Logical. Kasi yung trabaho ng teacher sa classroom. Pero dahil yung trabaho niya na teaching related sa classroom, sumusobra ng 6 hours per day, bayaran natin siya ng service credit. Bakit hindi money? Kasi nga teaching related pa rin siya. Part pa rin yun siya ng trabaho niya. So service credit lang ibigay natin. And meron kaming dinesign na computation for that. Paano yung coordinatorship niya? Admin related. O, LIS. Mga ganon. Troubleshooting sa ICT, database, etc. Any tasks that takes up so much time outside of the 6-hour teaching load na meron siya, monetary compensation. Yun yung overtime pay. And it should be computed per month in a span of 1 year. Merong accomplishment reports na kailangan niya establish. Of course, there will be tools there. Monitoring tools, evaluation tools. Meron kaming dinisenyo para dun. In that way, kahit hindi natin ma-address na tanggalin yung programa kasi nga existing talaga yung programa, ineffective naman yung mga teacher sa programa na yun, bayad sila. Di ba? Logical, reasonable. Kaysa ka mag-hire ka ng additional na tao, anong gagawin mo doon? I-orient mo na naman. Kawawa nga yung adas na i-o ng mga school. Ang dami ng trabaho nila, dadagdagan nyo pa? Impractical. Kaya nga sabi ko, hilaw yung DepEd order. Minadali, hilaw. Maganda yung objective, pero when it comes to kahit yung nilabas na strategic implementation ng isang USEC, di ba? Still no. Marami pa ring butas. It wasn't able to address all of the issues that are currently in the field. And then dito sa ano natin, as mentioned, na-mention ko na yan. I mentioned 5. 1, operational ambiguity. 2, systematic issues and implementation challenges. Kasi hindi rin naman na-stipulate sa DepEd order kung sino ang gagawa o sino magdi-decide. wala nga listahan kung ano yung mga admin tasks na tinanggal sa mga teachers. Wala naman nakastipulate dun eh. Ilagay ba? Hindi naman. Pangatlo, vague hiring measures. Pang-apat, potential disruption in administrative workflow. Kasi nga, apart from the existing task and key responsibilities ng ating mga non-teaching personnel, dadagdagan pa yung trabaho nila. So, paano yun? So, outdated references and guidance. Yun nga, kasi yung mga ginamit nila ng mga references dun sa mismong DepEd order, tagal na dun. 1991 pa nga yung iba eh. Tingnan natin. Ito yung tinutukoy niya, no? I-open natin, ha? Ito yung tinutukoy niya, no? Dito sa baba. Yan. DepEd Order number 16, Series of 2009. DepEd Memorandum number 291, Series of 2008. That's roughly 20 years ago. Almost. Tagal na. Di ba? Yan pa rin yung gamit. So, dapat i-update siguro muna natin yan. Address natin yan, DepEd Order 16, DepEd Memorandum 291. Address muna natin yan. And then, i-update natin siya. Pagkatapos, saka tayo gagawa niyan. Di ba? Para merong synergy ba? Yun. Daming problem. Pero of course, I am rooting for our agency to be able to address all of these problems and issues, no? And then sana fair ang pag-address niya. And then, yun, isa pa, congratulations sa mga teachers natin. May, tapos na yung school year ninyo. Pero as far as legality is concerned, madami namang abogado ang DepEd sa central office. Pagkakalam ko kasi sa Republic Act, minimum number of school days is 200 eh. Minimum yun eh. Ngayon, we only have 179. That's 21 days na nawala. That's actually a month of learning delivery ang diniprive natin sa mga bata. Tapos nagka-chat Friday ka pa. So meaning, in the delivery of your curriculum, 4 days a week na lang, binawasan mo pa ng isang araw, kasi sa 5 araw, binawas mo yung pang-5. So 4 days lang yung supposed competencies for that particular grade level na i-deliver mo. Binawasan mo pa yung araw ng school year. So 179 na lang. So, ewan, I'm not sure. Di naman ako abogado. Maganda yung objective. Mabibigyan ng tamang bakasyon yung mga guro. Mapapa-atras natin yung opening ng school year. Pero, yun nga, hindi ko alam na pwede palang mag-deviate sa Republic Act. Kasi 200 minimum number of school days per year yung alam ko eh. Yun yung alam ko. Of course, I could be wrong. Dami namang possibility na maging wrong ako. And there have been a lot of times that I was wrong. And I really like it when people tell me that I'm wrong kasi it gives me the opportunity to correct myself and learn from that experience. Yun yung maganda doon. Yun yung isa sa mga reasons why I appreciate people telling me na, "Uy, Weds, misconception, misleading, mali yung sinabi mo, etc. etc." I stand to be corrected. I do. I stand to be corrected. And just make sure na kung sinabi mong mali ako, try to explain your position kung paano ako naging mali. Kasi mahirap kapag naman ang mangyayari, explain na mali ako, tapos yung explanation mo wala naman sa punto. May pasensya ako sa mga ganyang pagkakataon. For as long as it is an intellectual discussion, kapag hindi, forgive me. Hindi ganun kataas ang pasensya ko kapag medyo stupid. Sorry for that term. But yeah, hindi ganun kataas yung pasensya ko kapag sakit sa ulo yung kausap ko. Ha? So, yun, for recap tayo. Una, Ito, yung problema natin sa Google Drive natin. Ano nangyari dito, DepEd? Ibalik niya. Ay, nako. Sana maayos to ng DepEd and Google. Sana magkasundo sila ulit. Para ma-okay na to ating Google Drive. Kasi napakalaki niyan. Napakalaking mawawala. Diba? As in, napakaano niyan eh. Napaka-importante nito. So, totoo lang. Napaka-importante nito. Daming files dito eh. Secondly, aside from that, yung catch-up Fridays, and then yung DepEd order number 2, and yung ano natin, issues with the school year, school calendar, no? Pero yun nga, it's a good thing for teachers to be able to again experience a whole month of vacation without the disruption of their bosses. Kasi may ganun eh. Kami mga non-teaching, hindi na. Wala kami bakasyon. So, we'll be in school. Duty pa rin. Pero, at the very least, di ba? And I'm really hoping to go back to teaching. Gusto ko talaga yung magturo ulit. Gusto ko bumalik sa pagtuturo. So, I am not sure kung anong sir ba to siya or ma'am. Tech, Travel Review, and etc. TV. Ganda ng ano niya, channel niya eh. Thank you for joining us tonight. And next week kasi we'll be fasting for the month of Ramadan. Kasi nga Muslim ako. For those of you who didn't know, so we'll be fasting for the month of Ramadan. I will not be as active again for a period of 1 month. So, medyo tatahimik na naman ako. And then, after that, I'll try to be back. Mag-uulit na naman sa inyo. Maybe more online broadcast. On a much better, much better venue than this one. So that will be it sa lahat ng mga nanood, nakinig at sumubaybay sa ating channel dito sa YouTube, sa sumuporta sa ating TikTok account, sa aming Instagram, Facebook, and website of course. Maraming salamat sa inyo, sa mga admins namin, sa mga admins ko sa ISF page namin sa Facebook, who are very hardworking, no? Addressing some of the issues of our templates. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Kasi Sabado ngayon, di ba? Again, this is Sir Weds of ISF Media. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat and have a good evening. Bye-bye.